Hey guys, welcome back. It's Big John here, Big Man Alaska. This is probably going to be my last weigh-in. And if you're looking around, everything is getting cleaned out. We are moving out. And yeah, we're not going to be filming anymore in our kitchen. But here's my daughter's bedroom. Had to clean that one out with a shovel. And I wanted to get one last weigh-in before I have to take this scale off the wall. And I don't know. Some people are a little sad about this being the last time we're going to do anything here, but there will be another place to live. And unfortunately, we had to move out of here because of some unfortunate circumstances with somebody calling the police on our dog. But yeah, let's see what we weigh here. What do we got? All right. 264.5 pounds. Huh. I really can't complain about that because I've been working my butt off every single day trying to not necessarily lose weight, just maintain previous weight loss. And I've lost over, 176 pounds in this weight loss journey. It's been pretty fabulous so far. And I just wanted to thank every single one of you that has helped me and supported my channel. And I'm using my phone, so I'm looking at myself and not... Oh, there the camera is. Okay. But anyways, so like I said, I am selling the place. So a lot of the stuff has been removed from the house. My cats, I really miss my cats. The Bill Knot cat tree used to sit right there. And unfortunately, my cats used it to the point it was falling apart. So we had to get rid of it. But yeah, just about everything is out of here. This is not my stuff. So this is like my little food corner I have over here. I got wild sardines, I got nuri sardines, I got herring fillets. I still have yet to try any herring fillets. I got chicken broth in the back there. This is red. This is sockeye. Yum, delicious. We got some tuna fish. I have some smoked oysters. Those pilot breads probably should go in the trash because they've been there forever. And I have these things here. I don't know if any of you have ever tried cod livers, but yes, I have tried cod livers, and so far I do not like them. And I have all of this full of cod livers. I don't even know what to do with them all. I have a rabbit cage for some rabbits that didn't make it. I'm going to be selling that soon. But yeah, this is my son's room. It was a disaster. Just about everything is getting ready to get finalized and completely out of here. But yeah, 5 Redmonds trailer home. It is what it is. And tonight when I got home, the first thing I ate was it was a New York strip steak. That was pretty darn good. I liked it. But I don't like that rim of fat that comes around a New York strip steak. That's the only thing I don't like about those. The meat itself is pretty good, but it's not like a ribeye steak where it's got all that yummy interconnective tissue and it's just awesome stuff. And then after that, I have been eating quite a few hot dogs because we had camping season and we went on a couple camping trips. That's something I haven't been able to do in many years because I was just way too fat. I was uncomfortable. I didn't want to go places. I had suffered with irritable bowel syndrome and it was horrible. I had to plan my day. Even if it was in the city, I had to plan my day around where all the bathrooms were. And at any given moment, I could have that urge that I'd have to go number 2. That was so frustrating. So, yeah, it's a real thing. But so far, as long as I'm sticking to the plan of eating more meats and fats, maybe some eggs and some bacon, everything just seems to be working really well for me. So I'm able to go to work. I've been up at 2 o'clock every single morning this week, just packing, doing dishes, taking out garbage, getting stuff ready, to hopefully get this place sold. And I think we might have it sold this weekend. And then we'll be living in Wasilla. Now we're going to be moving in with my father-in-law. And the plan is that we're going to be saving up money while we're there and hopefully coming up with enough money to get something better for the entire family. So for us, father-in-law, mother-in-law, potentially, if she decides to come down, she might move down from Nome. And That Nome trip this year, that never happened. I never got to go to Nome. That was disappointing. I don't have any fancy lights in here today. I don't have any microphones. I'm just using my cell phone in my palm the best I can. I don't even know where I packed my tripod at. I think it's at the other house out in Wasilla. So I'll be pretty excited to start working on that place. It is an old trailer home, and it needs a lot of work. It's got water damage. It's got probably some electrical issues, lighting issues. I'm going to have to start working on a lot of things out there. But I am physically capable and able to do all these things, and it's like I'm back in my 30s. I mean, but I know more now because I'm 51, which is even cooler. So I'm more physically active than I was in my 30s. At 51, I have gained a lot of education since then, in the last 20 years. So yeah, this is fun. I mean, this is fun. Let me know what you guys are doing and how you're feeling doing the carnivore diet, because it's just really, I mean, even a meat-based diet, I don't care. As long as you're getting healthy, maybe doing keto, I just don't see the use in all the plants and stuff like that. It just seems, it seems counterintuitive. It just doesn't seem like, is counterintuitive the right word? I like to use fancy words, and I don't know exactly what they mean sometimes. So, but sometimes I just try to sound smarter than I am, and that's a fact. But yeah, I mean, check out this place. It's so empty. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna miss this place. But we did have a couple problems with some of the neighbors. Typical. If you live in a trailer park, you're gonna have an issue with a neighbor. If you live in an apartment building, same story. You're gonna have an issue from time to time. And man, I wish I had a tripod. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing this thing all over the place. But since the wife has gone fishing this year, she's caught in a whole freezer full of salmon. I just had to throw some leftover salmon away, unfortunately. I didn't realize they were sitting in the fridge. But yeah, they went away. There's some of my gnome collections. If you didn't know anything about me, I love gnomes. So my wife and children, they collect gnomes for me. And my wife, she loves owls. So we got a little bit of owls everywhere. She's also a hunter. She likes to hunt grouse. So we have a lot of tail fans and a little bit of everything. That's one of the license plates that came off of one of my old vehicles. It says "Too Awesome." But yeah, this all needs to like disappear. All of it. You don't know that you have dust, like really, really bad dust, until you actually start moving out of a house. And this is, like I said, this is an old home, so there's a lot of stuff that's not perfect here. But, like little things here, I built that, just so my daughters would have a place to put some of their stuff up above, have a place to hang their clothes. I mean, they kind of enjoyed this room. They trashed it, but they did enjoy this room. Yeah, and I will miss this tub. So we have this awkward tub. It used to be like a spa sauna type tub. The thing is huge. Now this is the bathtub I almost died in before I started losing weight, before I got seriously. So my family went to Nome, and I was kind of losing weight at that time, but I thought it'd be a great idea. Like, hey, let's take a bath. And I'm almost, what was I, like 4? Yeah, I was like 435, maybe heavier at that time. But I got in this bathtub and I couldn't get out. So the water got cold. And then I was in there long enough I could actually run another bath. And I was still trying to figure out how to get out. Little hand holds here, which you would think like, oh yeah, you can just get out easy. But I was suffering from all kinds of other problems. I was stuck in this tub. And I had to literally just figure out how to like lift a leg up over the edge. And I flopped on this floor. Flop. Big fat guy. And was on the kitchen table. Isn't that great? What a great place to leave your cell phone. I mean, that could have been really bad. And all I could think about the entire time when that was going on is that, what the heck? What the heck am I doing with my life? What the heck am I doing with myself? My wife's in Nome, doing a funeral type situation. And seriously, I'm that fat that I can't hardly get out of the bathtub. So I was really buckled down and started trying to change my life the best I could. Yeah, because I could have, if I died in that bathtub and my phone's all the way in the kitchen, there is no way anybody in this neighborhood would have heard me, you know, saying anything through the walls. Nobody was due back to this house or to even check on me for well over a month. That would have been embarrassing. You know, a big fat guy laying in the bathtub, completely naked and smelling to holy high heck. That would have been terrifying that my family might find me that way. So I can thank God for that. Yeah, that hasn't happened. I mean, according to my doctor, I don't think I should have been alive right now. I think I was supposed to have been getting ready for end of life type stuff, and I thought for sure I wasn't going to last long. I mean, I went through a major depression after a divorce, and then the pandemic comes. I went through a major depression through that. I think we all did as a family. We all had a serious problem with the whole like, do we isolate or do we not? Because some people were doing it, some people weren't, and people just didn't know. We didn't know what we were doing. I'm sorry, I'm shaking everything because I don't have a way to hold this steady. But so that was a problem. But the nice thing about the carnivore diet that I've been finding is that I just have tons of energy. Normally, I should be in bed by now. It's, 7:30. I usually go to bed right about now. So I will be going to bed soon. I just wanted to make sure I did get a video updated for you guys, even though it's not probably going to be edited or anything fancy. It's just going to be me talking and letting you guys know that, hey, I'm doing great. I feel fine. I do have a problem with this gut thing going on here because I pinched it earlier today. I'll show you guys what I actually look like, and this is embarrassing stuff. You know, when you're fat, you're fat. All right, so this is basically what I look like now after losing about 176 pounds. And the one thing that bothers me the most is, you know, I got a little bit of back fat going on. I got some chub on the side. It's funny, this doesn't really bother me, but it hurts. So it's really thin skin under here. And earlier today, I leaned up against something and I pinched it right there, and it hurt really bad. But yeah, you can see all the, I don't know if you can see that, but I got a little bit of flab going on the underarm. And I don't know how much weight I want to lose, guys. I really don't. I don't know if I really want to push it down to my goal weight or what I want to do. I'm just trying to stay consistent with life and not be incredibly overwhelmed with, oh my God, you might have had something that's not carnivore. I'm not worried about that nearly as much, because when you're going through a move like this, you know, I'm moving an entire household about 50 miles from here. That's a lot of stuff. You collect a lot of stuff in 5 years. And yeah, my wife has a lot of stuff. It's just that overwhelming amount. I mean, have this freezer here full of fish. I got to get that moved this weekend. And I'm going to try to get out of this house by the end of the weekend, because I want to be with my family. I miss my cats. I miss my cat Gray Bear. She's adjusting all 4 cats. Gray Bear, Taz, Molly, and Dusty, or Baby Bear, whatever you want to call. That cat goes by several names. But all the cats adjusted almost immediately. The car ride, oh my goodness. So my wife took Taz out. Taz is our black cat. And he pretty much cried and screamed the whole way. I took 3 cats out. That was a hard thing to do. So anyways, Gray Bear had the cat carrier. So I had Gray Bear in the cat carrier. So she's like all chill and cat condo. She knows she's safe. She's sitting on the front seat. She's my favorite cat. And I tried putting the other 2 cats, this is embarrassing, in a moving box, in something like that. So I folded it down, I taped it shut really well. Well, guess what? That's a bad idea. Don't do that, because cats get out. They just put their paws up through and they're coming out. No problem, they're out. So by the time I got everything all settled into the vehicle to drive them out, I had 2 cats loose inside the truck, and I was worried about them getting out and everything getting a lot more complicated. Now the plan was I was going to get in the truck and drive straight to where I was going, so that way I wouldn't just have to like pull over and accidentally lose one of my cats, because I love my cats. I mean, Gray Bear was there. She was the one that helped me get off my freaking fat behind, you know the word I want to use, and get me up and moving and walking. So I had a harness for her and a leash, and she was demanding. She would bring me the leash so I would get up and walk enough just to move. This is a cat. Why don't people do that with one another sometimes? I don't know. Or would I have accepted it in the same way with a person? Or is it just because the cat did it, I responded differently? But a fluffy little freaking cat that I rescued from across the street that was about ready to die, and she was on her last legs. She's the one that got me a little bit started. That my buddy Mike. Mike passed away from pancreatic cancer. He's also the one, you know, he told me, just eat meat, you freaking idiot. Different type of wording, but I'm just trying to keep it clean. But yeah, he said, you freaking idiot, just eat meat. And it didn't register at the time. I was like, just eat meat. Didn't make sense to me at that point. I didn't know enough about it. I wasn't educated enough to know anything about the carnivore diet, how it worked, the fact that it is a keto-friendly diet. It's anti-inflammatory. And there seems to be this community right now because I posted a comment on another morbidly obese guy's page. I was following him on Facebook. I'm not going to mention his name. But I posted something. It was, you know, basically from my experience, because this guy's trying to exercise, he's trying to do this and that, and I just said, don't really need to do that. And that was basically the end of the comment. It wasn't anything too technical. I was like, you can lose the weight without all that extra stuff. You can lose the weight without the products, because I don't promote products. I don't lose weight because I used a product or I took a shot or I took a pill. I lost weight mainly because of fasting and sticking to basically a meat-based type diet, you know, at best. Carnivore type principles is what got me to where I am today. And it's also kept me thriving in the workforce. But I just made that comment on that guy's post, and I was attacked. I was attacked by his followers. Now, one thing I do know about social media is some of these people have what they call bots. And bots just attack you. They're antagonistic, and they try to make you just continue an argument or continue to fight and stuff like that. But it got to the point where some of these followers went to my personal Facebook page and they started making comments, you know, saying that I don't look that healthy. And, you know, and these are people that are following this other guy. And I've already lost 176 pounds. They really don't know anything about my story. They're just hormonal people that are just lashing out, I suppose. You know, that's where I had to leave it. I wasn't too worried about what they were saying. What they were saying really didn't hurt my feelings. I just sat there, thought about it, and I responded with the best comment that I could possibly come up with. You know, because it did kind of make me wonder. It's like, what is going on with these people? And why are they so strung out on this whole vegetarian type thing, veganism? And I was like, why would you even want to push that on a morbidly obese person, for starters? Because that is part of what happened to me. Is I got horribly sick because I got prescribed a diet of like raw spinach, kale, broccoli, a lot of cabbage, a lot of other vegetables, a lot of specific fruits, and it just didn't work. Didn't work for me. The oxalates, for one, I didn't know anything about oxalates, and I was suffering from oxalate poisoning because I was eating too many foods with oxalates. And nuts. Nuts have a lot of oxalates too. I mean, I was eating a lot of cashews. I was eating peanuts. I was eating almonds. And yeah, if they're not cooked and they're not prepared correctly, it hurts you. It hurts you if you get too much of them. So, you know, I just try to share that information, you know, little things that I learned, because we don't know. We don't know anything, really, unless we try something and fail, or try something, it hurts us, or try something and it works for us. And doing a meat-based diet, carnivore type diet, works for me. That's the reason I'm out here. That's the reason I promote this stuff, is because I promote what works. It doesn't matter if it's a car part or something that sits on your counter or a utensil you might use. If it works, or if it doesn't work, I want to talk about it and tell you and be honest. So far the carnivore diet does work. I've been extremely satisfied with that. I've been actually overly satisfied with the community, even though when I started, I thought the community was, you know, a bunch of zealots and what do you want to call that? It was a bit overwhelming at first. It just seemed like there was this, like, I'm using words now. I need to use just regular truck driver words, not regular fancy words. But it just seemed it was almost like a cult. And at first, when you're coming out of obesity and you're morbidly obese, you're sick. I mean, you're sugar addicted, carb addicted, whatever you guys want to call it. When you're coming out of all of that, you don't see the community the same until you start healing. And then once you heal yourself and you do it long enough and you really start healing yourself and you start seeing that these other people that have been saying that certain things happen at certain times for this reason or that reason, and these things are true. You know, the testimonials about the carnivore diet, you know, most of those testimonials I can relate with. There's a few of them I can't because it just hasn't happened to me, like improving eyesight. I wish that one. Like growing hair on the top of my head, that's iffy. I mean, it's growing. It's just not growing like it used to when I was younger. But I'm 51 years old, so I'm to the point where I don't care. As long as my wife finds me handsome, that's really all I worry about. It's like, okay, well, at least she still thinks I'm somewhat handsome for a little while. But I'm just lucky there. I don't know what else to say. But all right, guys. I've already been rambling on for about 21 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm gonna probably try to edit this a little bit if I can, if my phone will allow me. If not, I'm just gonna upload this straight to YouTube the way it is. But as always, guys, I hope to see you in the next one.